neighbor. That's right, we're back at the Oakland glass plant. Now that I have clearance to fly here, well, I gotta keep progress on this baby because this is a once-in-a-lifetime adventure. But today, I got zilch. A whole bunch of who shot John. A whole bunch of nothing. That's right. So I learned a lesson. Before you go and film the glass plant, make sure that they're working. Well, there wasn't much activity on this day, but there's always something happening here. You can see that they're removing that white tarp around the scaffolding, so we're getting our first glimpse at the old incinerator stacks. So they must have decontaminated them. But you can see that there's still a cover on the very top, so I can't see what's inside of that. But I'm sure if I did, it would just be a big dark hole. But like I said, there was no workers on the job, and it was a beautiful day, and it was a work day, so where was everybody? It seems like there was some kind of work stoppage, or maybe they just had to regroup, I don't know. But as you look around, you can see it is almost completely empty here. No semi-trucks, no bulldozers, nothing. So I really wanted to see them start tearing down that big building in the back, but I really struck out on this day. There was nothing to really be seen, except for these guys. Excuse me. Yeah, these are the only people that was working that day, was this little concrete grinder upper. Yeah, they move that around and smash up all the rocks. But I tried to look high and low in each corner, and I could not find one tractor working. So that's the building right there that I want to see getting torn down. I'm waiting patiently. It seems like that's going to be probably the last one, because there are the neighbors that live right next to it. And one of the neighbors was saying there's a lot of dust that is affecting their breathing. And right here, you can see that is the portable rock grinder. So that thing is moving into position to grind up some rocks. But those are the only two workers on the job that day. Usually that's a bustling job site with 30, 40 people working at it. But today, it seemed like I just ran into a ghost town. I don't see anybody there but maybe 3 or 4 people. So what made this job just stop? Was it the complaints from the neighbors? Well, the neighbors were telling me that their businesses, see, there's some of their houses there, that some man owns a koi fish business, and he said that the dust has killed some of his fish. So maybe there are some lawsuits going on. I don't know. But whenever you do a project like this, the neighbors that live around it, they do not like to be bothered by dust, and toxic dust at that, because that's got silica. So silica is what is made of glass, and this was a glass recycling plant, so you can just imagine how much toxic waste is in that building. If they're covering up the incinerator chutes or the old chimneys, well, those must be super toxic. And that's the last building that's going to come down, and I can't wait for that one either. They've pretty much got, I want to say, all the easy stuff done, but nothing's easy, so take that word out of your vocabulary. Nothing is easy. But there's what's left, and that's what I want to see come down, is those big towers. So each day at work, I drive by and see their progress. Well, since they weren't really working down there at the Oakland glass recycling plant, I thought I'd show you the Home Depot homeless camp on a bright, sunshiny day. And as I drove down here, there was still plenty of, I guess you want to say the correct word is undocumented illegal aliens or migrants, undocumented illegal migrants. I don't know if you can say illegal. That's the word you can't say, but there were plenty of them out there, and I didn't see anybody in the camp. They were all out at the street. So that is a camp full of people just like you have in your neighborhood. You have the blacks and the whites and the, I guess you want to call it Latinx. See, they keep changing the words. A Latinx. You know, if you change the words, then you change their minds, is what they say. But you can't change my mind on this. This is pretty filthy, isn't it? But as you look around, some people's homes are cleaner than others, and I've had some people even leave comments saying, hey, I was homeless one time and I did not leave a mess like this. So, and I don't know where I would be on the scale if I was homeless. Do I keep a clean camp? Or do I just go full on mentally leave me alone? Because if your camp is full of dirt, well, they might just leave you alone. Well, I've said too much, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to keep an eye on this Oakland glass recycling plant, and I will be back. But today, it was a graveyard. But the good thing is, even on a slow day, it's always fun to go fly the drone. So even though there was not a lot of action on the glass plant, I still got to fly the drone. So it's kind of like fishing. Even though you didn't catch any fish, you still had fun fishing. Well, this is a first. I flew right underneath that train trestle. Look at that. And boy, was that scary. I almost jerked the drone around too fast, going, whoa. Did I just do that? And I realized there's a lot of birds that make that thing their home. You see them flying around me? So I had to get out of there. So I learned a lesson there. If you're going to fly underneath that train trestle, just keep going. Do not stop and take a gander, because there's pigeons that they'll run you out. And they did. They ran me out, because a bird and a drone, well, I've seen the videos. The birds will take a drone out of the air. And boy, would that be a loss. Well, that's about enough out of me. And enough out of you. You've said too much yourself. Well, I gotta land this bird before the birds land me. And boy, this is an expensive bird to be falling out of the sky, but that's what you get when you play with fire. You're gonna get burned. So just remember that the birds do not like drones. Well, there you go, and here's my little secret location where I'm flying from. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you for coming along with me on these a whole bunch of nothing adventures, a whole bunch of Who Shot John, a whole bunch of nothing. But like I said, even though it was nothing, we made a little something. All right, everybody. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody.